Hi everybody, welcome. I'm Jake from Wisdom Check, obviously. You know where you are. I do Pathfinder videos, and today we're going to be doing another Archetype video, this time the Soulforger, which is one of my favorite, and you guys said you wanted weird archetypes in the community poll, and this one's weird. I covered Talisman Dabbler, it was weird too, but not like weird enough, mostly just crap. This one's weird and good. Soulforger. It's in Secrets of Magic. Before I describe what all the powers do, because that's the longest part of this video, I'm going to tell you what each of the feats do, but not one at a time. I'm just going to say all together. The feats are based around the powers that you imbue in an item, weapon, armor, or shield only. This is something that you can then manifest later magically, psychically, however you want to say it. You have to be a divine caster or have a pretty high wisdom score to be able to have this archetype. It's supposed to be divine in nature-ish. It's like tied to your soul. It's a manifestation of who you are. Anyway, without getting too much into the philosophy of it yet, all of the feats of the archetype are based around being able to summon these things better, faster, or more of them at a time. So you can have a total of 3. A weapon, a shield, and an armor. Soul-forged armament. The second level archetype, so the first one that you can get is just you can summon one of these things. And at 4th level is you can get a +1 bonus to your AC if you were about to be hit as a reaction. Doesn't really have anything to do with the weapons. It's just you use the power of your soul through your manifested armament to protect yourself because soul flare. Whatever. 6th level feat, you can summon your item as a free action. Great. And the only other feat there is, 6th level, is you can summon multiples at once. Cool. Now the powers. Oh, the powers. The powers are why I like Soulforger to be added to anything else. Because even if you take this at 2nd level, you are essentially getting to choose a magic weapon to give yourself. And you choose its abilities. Or magic armor, or magic shield, whatever. Side benefit to this is that I love that you can just summon this whenever you want. So, fine. You don't sleep in your armor. You just summon it. If you're captured, you summon your weapon. If somebody disarms you, steals your weapon, runs off with it, you summon it back to your hand. Freaking cool! So now I'm going to go over all the essence powers. If you want to skip the essence powers, I have no idea why you would. And you want to talk about the mechanics about how like you can lose these or how there are special cases for specific magic items, skip to this time. I'm going to go over the powers. So some of these aren't that universally useful, and I'll point those out. The first one, Adaptable Persona. It's usable on armor only. Some of these are restricted to a specific type of armament. Soulforged armament. That's what they call all of the armaments. It's the weapon, armor, or shield. Anyway, this one is specifically just for armor. When you manifest the essence form, gain your choice of a climb speed or swim speed equal to your land speed. If you're 8th level or higher, you can choose a fly speed instead. The essence form is a special superpower. This item has once per day for 1 minute. So for 1 minute, you can get a climb speed or swim speed. Nice. 2nd level extra movement if you want. Cool. It's not all that amazing compared to some of the others. This one next is not amazing either. It's for a melee weapon only, Bounding Spirit. The weapon gains the Thrown 30 feet trait and has the Returning rune, even if it already has the maximum number of property runes, which is really cool. This fits certain builds. You can throw like a pole arm, which is funny. Okay. But the cool thing about that is that it is always in effect. It always has that ability. The adaptable persona is once per day for a minute. So you see that there are varying abilities here. I love the healing one. I'll get to that. So the next one is Deep-Seated Fear. You gain a +2 status bonus to your intimidation checks and don't take any penalties for not sharing a language when demoralizing foes who can perceive your armament's essence form. When you manifest the essence form, you can attempt to demoralize an enemy who can perceive the manifestation. So basically, the essence form can happen when you first summon the item or as a separate activation that takes one action. So you summon your polearm and suddenly you choose the essence form when you summon it, so it looks all special and magical and like dripping with soul fire or whatever. There's a lot of flavor that you can add to this archetype. And you can immediately demoralize somebody because they see the manifestation of your soul, which is scary somehow. The next one is Determined Toughness. Any status penalties you take from the following conditions are one less than their condition's value: clumsy, drained, enfeebled, frightened, sickened, stupefied. Fuck yeah! Useful for everybody, and it's always in effect. Next one is Harmful Malice. Your strikes deal an additional 1d4 negative damage. Once, while the armament is manifested, you can cast Harm as an innate spell with a level equal to half your level rounded up. That's not always going to be useful, but it always does a little bit extra damage. Cool. This is one of the best ones. Heroic Heart. You gain a +1 status bonus to attack rolls, perception checks, skill checks, and saves. Period. Constantly in effect. That's awesome. At any level, but at second level when you can get it, it's kind of bullshit. It's great. The next one that is also my favorite one is Healing Grace. You gain fast healing equal to half your level. You can cast Heal once as an innate spell with a level equal to half your level rounded up. So that only takes effect when you summon the essence form of it, so when you're first summoning the item or as a separate action while you have the item manifested. You gain fast healing, and you can also heal other people or heal yourself. This is really fun for someone to cast if they have a way of taking other people's damage. Like if you're a healer as a role in the party. Because you're like doubling up on your healing. You're protecting somebody else and you take some of their damage, but you also heal it passively. And then you can also heal them with the ability of the spell, Healing Grace Heal. You see how this can just be added to just about any character and be useful? There's so much flexibility here. Next one, Magical Resilience, armor or shield only. You gain a +2 status bonus to saving throws and and your AC against spells. If you're 5th level or higher, you can cast a spell magic once as an innate spell. Awesome. Always useful. Planar Bond. Weapon only. When you manifest the essence form, choose one damage type. Acid, chaotic, cold, electricity, evil, fire, good, lawful, negative, positive, or sonic. I know there's vitality or void now, but whatever. Attacks with a weapon deal this type of damage instead of their physical damage with a +2 status bonus to the damage. Cool, but it's only when it has the essence form, so it's only for 1 minute per day. Which isn't great. But situationally, it can be really useful against certain enemies like trolls. Trolls are always the example. Whoever fights trolls anymore? I don't even use trolls. Next one, Pull of Stasis, weapon only. Anytime you hit with the Soulforged weapon, the target takes a -10-foot penalty to its speeds for 1 round. Every time you hit! On a critical hit, the creature is immobilized for 1 round instead. Fucking amazing. I love this archetype. Next one, Reflecting Spirit, armor or shield only. You gain a +2 status bonus to AC against physical ranged attacks. If an enemy's physical ranged attack misses you, you can use your reaction to immediately attempt a ranged strike against the attacker using the projectile that missed. So you just like deflect it back at them. Okay, sometimes useful. Meh. Resolute Defiance. This one's really good. Like, you can make a build based around just taking this. Shield only. The shield gains a +2 status bonus to its hardness and gains temporary hit points equal to your level +2 that lasts until the essence effect ends. If you don't have the shield block reaction, you gain it while your shield is manifested. Awesome. This with Bastion? Hell yeah! You summon the shield. You double the damage the shield takes to protect yourself. The shield's destroyed. Resummon it. Yes, you can do that! Okay, so a couple really cool things about this. You can make these weapons and armor and shield appear as whatever you want. It can have whatever stylings you like. If you follow a religion, it can have holy symbols all over it. If you don't follow a religion and you just want to be intimidating, it can be like skulls and spikes everywhere. It's up to you. This is a customizable archetype to customize your character more. Also, you can apply any of these abilities. No. Let me put it this way. Normally, your manifested armament is just composed of your soul essence stuff. But you can choose to dedicate a specific item to be your soul forged armament. Yeah, so Flame Tongue Longsword. Now it's your soul forged sword. Now it has Flame Tongue and everything else, and you can summon that sword. Yeah. Yeah, this has a lot of possibilities. A couple of interesting, requirements, drawbacks, is that this archetype essentially makes you a stereotypical paladin. You have a specific purpose for which you summon these soul-forged armaments. And yeah, it might be you want to cleanse the world of evil, so you're an adventurer, so you summon it whenever you want. Fine, but there still has to be a specific reason you're doing that. Like, you want to protect nature, or you want to cleanse the world of all left-handed people. Whatever it is, it's an oath. It's an oath that you bind your soul to. And if you break that oath, each of these soul-forged armament powers has a specific flaw that you get, a corruption flaw. Like, you have violated your own soul, so you move slower, or you attract ranged weapons, depending. Whenever I have a build that has a wisdom that I can choose to pump up to at least +2, because that's what you need, and I don't have another purpose for the archetype feats, I always take Soulforger, because it can fit anything. This is an amazing archetype. I don't know who came up with this, but this was brilliance. Anyway, the later abilities aren't all that necessary, because you can customize it so much. You can just choose whatever you want to be your soul forged armament. But by 6th level, you could have 3 soul forged armaments, or 2, and be able to summon them as a free action. If you have 3 soul forged armaments, you can summon them all together. And something interesting about this: 2 matching weapons. Well, not matching weapons. If you want to be a 2-weapon fighter, you can dedicate 2 one-handed weapons to be your soul forged armament, or you can summon 2 as 1 soul forged armament. If you take one of the abilities that adds extra damage, like the -1 or the planar one, then the damage applies to both weapons. The benefits apply to both. If it's something that you can do once per day, like the fast healing and healing other people, you can still only do it once, because it's technically 1 manifested soul forged armament. But if it's a weapon property, it applies to both. Like the thrown weapon thing, you throw both, because that's how it functions. It's passive, so it applies to both weapons. Fuck yes! If you have ever used this, please tell me the weird fun shit you did with it. You can see some build videos that I've made that use this. Like the super protective Magus uses this to summon a protective 2-handed weapon. This is probably my favorite archetype. Because customization, and because you choose magical powers that you just add to anything that you already have or to a brand new thing. And its versatility. Most GMs won't capture a party because it really sucks, but if you do get captured, you can still summon your shit. It's great. Oh, I should mention that in order to cleanse that soul corruption thing of violating your oath, you have to basically atone to it. You have to either take a downtime activity to like pursue your oath and cleanse yourself of your imperfection. Sort of like a monk in that way. Or there's a ritual, Purify Soul Path. Either way, it's pretty simple to recover from making a mistake with this and keeping the archetype. Also though, if you want to use it that way, this could be a very good crux of role-playing, like a plot point for your character. You could choose to abandon this archetype and retrain, basically, is what you're effectively doing in the rules. But you can play it as like a fall from grace or a reassignment of your priorities. Like, I no longer care about the woods because I now want to kill all nymphs because I hate fey creatures now. Obviously, you lose the thing. Then you take a different archetype. I don't know, tree slasher or something. But it can be this like pain that your character carries with them. It might not have any like lasting soul corruption negative effects, but it can be a good like fallen paladin path to take. It's like making up your own religion. This is just damn cool. And you can also transfer runes onto your Soulforged armament, or you can reshape it into a different kind of thing, like half plate to full plate is the example it gives. If you have ammunition, so if you have a Soulforged armament that is a ranged weapon, when you summon it, you also gain access to ammunition that would be required to use that weapon, which is cool because you never have to pay for ammunition. But it says that you can have it manifest in all sorts of different ways, like a quiver of arrows on your back, or just bullets floating in midair that you grab and load into your weapon. The drama, the story you can play with this. This is great. Everybody take this. Like, everybody play a witch, and everybody take this. These are the two things that I require. Oh, shit. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you like it? Do you hate it? I don't know why you'd hate it. Please tell me why you hate it. I would love to hear why you would hate this. I can't think of any reason. Oh, this is so great. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching. Patrons, thank you for being here. If anybody else wants to try to help this channel, go to Patreon, links in the description. If you're interested in any builds like the ones that use Soulforger, oh god, I have to make another one that uses it. So good. Anyway, build videos are going to be linked at the end. Website to look at the builds if you want, or you can look at the latest live plays. Fun stuff. I'll see you soon. Have a great one.